Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Joy of Puzzles. I have for you today a puzzle titled A New Day at the Cinderella Castle. This artwork was created by Thomas Kinkade, and it was published in 2015 by the company CEACO. CEACO was established in 1987 in Massachusetts, and that is the sum of the information they provide. So I have included a link to their website, and go there and look at their puzzle collection, but not so much to read about the history of the company. Thomas Kinkade, well, he's a prolific artist. His moniker, his nickname, whatever, is he's known as the Painter of Light. He has a huge collection of artwork. I included a link to his website, some really fantastic stuff, and quite happy that they turned a lot of it into puzzles. He is, if you go to his website, licensed to represent all sorts of organizations, including Disney and DC Comics, but then he just has tons and tons of his own artwork. This puzzle, the strategy-wise, is a traditional let's start with the border first kind of puzzle. And then after that, we focused on the very large structure in the middle, Cinderella's castle, or at least Thomas Kinkade's version of it. From there, we worked on the bright colors, the shrubbery, the flowers, the bushes, the bright tree on the edge of the puzzle, and after that, some of the water, the dirt pathway, and the clouds in particular. The nature of how they're painted, the bright colors versus the blue, made them an easy target earlier in the puzzle than I would normally have gone after a sky portion of a puzzle. This is a portrait, so portraits are, I would say, inherently more difficult than photographs and other type of images because of the nature of the brush strokes, especially when you get down to the details of greenery and things of that nature, where you pick up a piece and you can't exactly tell where it goes. You can't exactly tell, is this a bush, is it grass, is it part of the walkway, is it a reflection in the water? So I like them. The portraits are a little more challenging. The statistics of this puzzle, what is it? Alright, 1,000-piece puzzle for 2 of us, and towards the end there was 3 of us, 4.25 hours. I would say by myself, it's probably a 7-hour puzzle. Normally portraits are challenging, but the castle is so big, it takes up so much of the space that you actually build a good portion of the puzzle just by putting Cinderella's castle in place, and then how it transitions to the sky and the trees and the vibrant colors. So 4.25 hours for 2 people, quite enjoyable. Let's review the puzzle. I'm going to review it in 5 categories. 4 categories on a scale of 1 to 5. The first category is the puzzle material quality. My experience so far with this brand, CEACO, and their Thomas Kinkade puzzle is they are above average, and this is no exception. I'm going to give this a 4. The material is thin. It's a rigid paperboard, and again, makes the puzzle so much more enjoyable to work on when you're not struggling how pieces fit together. Speaking of fit, that brings us to our next category, puzzle cut quality. Do the pieces just kind of fall into place? Do you have to fuss with them? Do they get stuck? Do you ever doubt that you've put a piece in the wrong spot? Well, this is again above average. I'm going to give this a 4 as well. Good, clean, crisp quality. Only in a couple instances did we put a piece in the wrong spot, and it's mostly a trick of the eye, so to speak, and maybe a little glare from the lighting that you went, I think this goes here, and then later realized it did not. But definitely above average. I'm going to give this a 4. Despite the build time of 4.25 hours for 2 people, I'm still going to give this a difficulty rating of 4 as well. Doing this by myself, again, it would be a 7-hour puzzle, I think. Portraits, as I've already discussed, are more difficult just because of the way the pieces are. So definitely a 4 on the difficulty, but a good 4. It's not It's not laborious. You don't feel like you're slogging through this tedious build. There's so much diversity in the image that you constantly have a target. You want to, alright, let's pull these pieces, let's build this next. Frameability. Easily the most subjective of all the categories, because it's, would I hang this on my wall? If I was the type of person that built a puzzle once, would I seal this one and put it somewhere? Well, I'm giving it a 4. It's above average. Previously, I have given some of Thomas Kinkade's work a 5. But those were his own creative works, and I know that's kind of a strange statement to make because this is his own creative work. Again, purely my opinion, but this is not the same thing in my eyes. And it's a hard thing to explain. Maybe it's because it's a theme, like he was specifically, hired to make Cinderella's castle, and Cinderella's castle is a thing that we all, or a lot of us, know from either going to Disney or seeing it in movies or countless other sources of what the castle should look like. So his other works that are purely creative out of his own head, definitely a 5. But for some reason my head says this is a 4. And maybe my artist friend will say that I'm being harsh because of his commercialization. I'm dinging him for it, and maybe it's true, but I'm still giving it a 4. Anyway, so all that said, the overall rating is a 4. Every category was a 4. This is definitely above average puzzle, fun to build. Even with the two of us, you end up working on one side, but that's okay. There's enough diversity and beauty in the image that you never grew bored. Yeah, so it's a very good puzzle. What else can I say? If you do enjoy puzzles, and I've made this recommendation to a friend, and you're looking to give one to somebody, look for Thomas Kinkade, look for this brand name, CEACO, because they have been above average every time. And I have more in my collection, and I absolutely am looking forward to building every one of them. They are, again, the quality of it makes a big difference. I have built puzzles in my life that were arguably quite beautiful and did not enjoy it because you struggled with the pieces, the way they fit, the paper material, all those things. And I've built what are arguably boring puzzles, for instance the big blazing color wheel, but the quality was so good that it was a joy to build. Every minute of it was fun. Here at the end here, by the way, you see three people working on this one. It goes particularly fast at that point, though we did end up with a little bit of hunt and peck when we got to the end. I had thought, jumping back to strategy for a moment, that the rainbow was going to be easier to build than it was. I thought when I first looked at the box that was going to stick out and I was going to build that rainbow in this puzzle pretty quick, and really I didn't. The colors individually, again, because it's brush strokes on an individual piece, were not crisp and bright that drew the eye, so it ended up coming together at the end here. So just a little note on strategy if you ever pick this one up. Alright, all that being said, at the end here you'll see me take the puzzle apart and put the edge pieces in a plastic baggie. That is just to save myself or someone else the 20 minutes of searching for these pieces. If you liked the video, go ahead and click like. Better yet, subscribe. I appreciate everyone that takes 10 minutes out of their day to watch these videos and listen to me drone on about a subject I truly enjoy. Alright, well, thanks everyone, and I'll look forward to making more puzzles.